Hey team. Hey gang. It's a bad one. It's a bad one. Very bad one. Milan. We lost yesterday, guys, to FEYENOORD. And I'll be honest, it was a pretty hard loss to take. Do I dare say I think it was the worst loss of the season. I think it was the worst loss of the season. And I'll tell you why. Because there was no reason to lose. Just like there was no reason to lose in Zagreb. So now, two things I want to go with that. The reason why it wasn't, first of all, the reason that it wasn't that bad losing to Zagreb, although shouldn't have, and it was the most costly loss right now because it completely screwed us in our podium rankings, or having to move on to the round of 16. I gotta be careful here, guys. But the reason why this was so bad, I'm just gonna go with lights. Anyways, guys, sorry, I'm just gonna go with lights. And if you haven't noticed, I'm in Canada and we had a huge fucking snowfall. Massive snowfall yesterday. Yeah, a lot of snow. Look, they're out. Tractor. Yeah. So back to the topic at hand. The reason why losing to Zagreb was bad was because it was costly. We now had to skip out on going straight to the round of 16, which would have been very good for the players and the fitness, because now you miss out on that and you have to play 2 extra games. So now we played 2 extra games, okay, but it's against a good team. Like, everyone in the Champions League, guys, is good. It's a good team. You're not, like, Bayern also lost to FEYENOORD, right? They lost 3-0 to FEYENOORD. FEYENOORD is a good team. They have good players. We bought arguably their best player. So what I'm getting at is the fact that the loss to Zagreb was a bad loss, bad result. Sorry. But to that, at least they weren't eliminated. You see, you lose to Zagreb, you miss out on that round, but you're not eliminated. If we lose to FEYENOORD, we're eliminated. There's no excuse to losing to FEYENOORD, especially since we just bought their best player. Only Milan buys their opponent's best player and then loses to them. And they lose to them 3 days after they just fire their coach. How does that even happen? I was so much disbelief how they lost, guys. It was truly astonishing. Anyways, I'm beside myself right now. I was watching that game and it was such a disappointment. I took the whole afternoon off for work to watch the game, which I don't mind, because obviously I'd rather watch Milan win or lose than be at work. But it was such to be there after they scored in the 3rd minute and have only this game to watch for over an hour. It was brutal, guys. I was so bored. I was so angst. I just wanted the game to end. They had no opportunities to score or win the game. Just overall, a really bad day for Milan fans. bad. You go to Holland and you lose. Just straight up. Boom. 1-0. And let's talk about the goal, guys. Guys, how did we get scored on? How did Mike Maignan let that go in? Like, what are we even doing anymore? How did that not get saved? It should have been saved, guys. Like, just unfortunate, man. I get it, it was rainy. The ball is slick. The ground is slick. But I don't know. I think you're supposed to finish that. You're supposed to, at the very least, guys, get out of Holland at 0-0. Right? 0-0. Good view of the snow here today, guys. At 0-0. But that didn't happen. And where does the team go from here, guys? Well, I'll tell you this. They got one game. They got one game on Tuesday where they gotta win. You gotta win. You gotta win by... You gotta score goals. You can't get scored on. Plain and simple. You gotta put goals in the net and finish it strong. Anyways, guys, I'm out here and it's some legit torrential snowfall obstacles on the sidewalk. So my usual, talk and chat or talk and walk, it's not really like the bad day to do it. But I want to get this out there and just kind of talk to you guys about it, because if Milan had picked up this win, like, they would have beaten Roma, Empoli, you beat FEYENOORD, you played on 2 days, like, they could have had, and then next week again FEYENOORD, like, they could have started a nice run of like 5, potentially 6 wins in a row, and they blew it. And they just blew it. So it's disappointing all around, guys. It's disappointing all around. Nothing else to say. It's just a huge letdown. But in the end, guys, thankfully we're still got another game. We can do something, hopefully, and persevere. That's all I can hope for right now, guys. That's all we can pray for. So on that note, Forza Milan, guys. Keep believing. Until next time, Forza sempre Milan.